Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Toppa Field here in beautiful and historic Newport, Rhode Island, where the Salve Regina University Seahawks are set to take on the Cougars of Clark University in a non-conference men's soccer matchup. Hello again, and welcome. I am Andrew Pizzelli, bringing you the call here this afternoon, a gorgeous afternoon here in Newport. The sun is shining, a light and cool breeze, perfect conditions for some soccer here on Toppa Field. The Cougars 1-2 on the season after earning their first win of the year, 2-1 over Framingham State. Will Lopez scored both goals for the Cougars in that one. Meanwhile, the Seahawks also coming off their first win of the year, but they are undefeated on the season, 1-2, most recently defeating UMass Dartmouth 2-0 in a game in which they outshot the Corsairs 30-10 here on Toppa Field back on Wednesday evening. Goals from Jordan Borges on a penalty kick and Nick Diamond, all that the Seahawks needed. In net today for the Cougars, Andrew DiStefano will get his first start of the year, the junior from Westchester, Pennsylvania. He went 5-3-1 in the cage last season for the Cougars. Meanwhile, reigning CCC Defensive Player of the Week, Nathan Reed, will man the pipes for Salve Regina, the senior from Magnolia, Delaware. And we are underway here at Toppa Field. This ball will ricochet out of play off the head of Sawyer Byer. Nolan Pina will take it back for Salve, finds Rich Ventura. Ventura will send it up the field. Winarski trying to sprint onto it. Henry Kurbis will just let it go out of play, and now the Cougars will toss it in quickly. Clark on the attack. That shot will head wide and out of play. Coming off the foot of Agnolo Macatiani. Diamond falls down. Clark will take the ball back. Juggled here in the midfield. Muncaster wins it for Salve. Plays it across to Winarski. Just the third all-time meeting between Salve Regina and Clark. The Cougars 2-0 in those games, which came in 1983 and 1986. It has been quite some time, 13,123 days since the last time these two clubs saw each other on the pitch. But that is about to change. Clark, as we know, part of the NEWMAC Conference, which Salve Regina will be joining next season. So after going that long without playing each other, they will be playing each other quite a bit for the foreseeable future. Ball in the corner. And a whistle here against the Cougars. Deep in the corner right side. Seahawks will throw in. Actually, we'll have a kick. On the wing, outside the 18, outside the box. Nolan Pina will be the one. Seahawks send Ventura up high and everyone else piled up on the left side of the box. Andrew DiStefano sorting things out, chatting with his defense as well. Ready for play. Pina drives the ball inside, headed on the goal, high and wide by Costantino. Best scoring opportunity so far for the Seahawks. Cougars will look to kick it away now. Driven to midfield. Headed first by Muncaster. Diamond trying to rip it free. Instead, the Cougars will send it up the field. Luke Thomas threads it up. Nathan Reed will come out and field it to keep it away from Ezekiel Palmer. Out to the near side now. Evan Arpin along the near touchline. Will keep on going. Pressured from behind. Drops it ahead. Diamond able to squib it away, and the officials will give this back to Clark. Juggled here by Lucas Saya. With the left foot, he sails it across the field. Winarski trying to run through Kurbis. Cougars will keep it away. Diamond now comes crashing in and rips it cleanly, but a late whistle. Diamond trying to take it right from Ethan Furphy, to and through. About the foul there against the Seahawks. And now Furphy will kick it away. 4 minutes gone here in the first half. This one jumps all the way out to Reed, and he will keep it away from Makatiani. A junior from Nairobi, Kenya. Jordan Borges, double teamed, chases down the loose ball on the far side. Now walks it up the touchline. Borges, through traffic, takes it into the corner. Circles outside Winarski now to the 18. Pina, little give and go, trying to get it back to Winarski a little bit in front of him. He stumbles into the corner and recovers it. Out wide now to Borges. Borges, left for Winarski. Pressured in deep, looking to cross it. Knocked away by the Cougars and fed out to midfield. Racing onto it, though, is Costantino. Muncaster dances around some Cougars. Out high, Borges. Waiting. Floats it right side into the corner. Winarski called offside. Borges off the takeaway. Drives it to the right side. Bounces once here to Winarski, who heads it into the corner. Fought for in deep. Cougars trying to win it. And the whistle here going against Salve. This one will roll to Reed once again. And he's going to drive it away. Ball bounced around. Byer trying to head it. Borges squibs it now in stride, trying to get it to Diamond, who has his legs taken out from underneath him. No whistle. Physical play there. Ball out of play. Seahawks will take it back and throw in from right in front of their bench. Lob to Borges, trying to settle it down at the 18. Locked up in the feet. Here's Winarski now. He looks to drive it in front, takes a deflection off a Cougar boot. Out of play and a corner. And it's going to be Borges who will put it in play from the far corner. Borges drives it far bar over the head of everyone. Costantino wanted to go for it. Makatiani kicks it out of play. Seahawks throw in now from the near touchline. Byer has it knocked off his shin out of play. Cougars throw in now with 37 minutes to go in the first half. Seahawks now will be the ones to throw it back in. Arpin bounces it to Diamond with position up at the corner of the box. Roll back to Arpin. Arpin looked to play it into space, and no one was there for Salve. Furphy to kick it away here. Drives the right foot. Ball will sail over midfield. Off the foot of Byer. Nolan Pina now in traffic. Taken away from him. Makatiani. Poked off the ball by Ventura. Now Diamond. Zigzagging through midfield. Sends it across. Borges trying to get the angle, and he does save it. Now in a fight for it. Ball's loose. Borges hits the ground as well. Let him play a little bit here. Early on in the first half. Costantino and Makatiani into the corner. Costantino feeds it up the near touchline. Ball out of play. And this will go off the Cougars and out. Seahawks throw in from in front of the Clark bench. And head coach Matt O'Toole, who was in his 11th season at the helm of the Cougars. Happy to have a strong group of recruits and returning his entire coaching staff as they look to make the playoffs for the first time since 2019. Seahawks made the CCC conference final last season as reigning champs. No season in 2020. So the Seahawks 2019 title, they were the ones with the crown. Here come the Cougars, left side. This one driven towards the cage. Squibbed in front, batted around, and fired in by Makatiani. William Lopez, left side, sent it to the far bar. Palmer then tried to direct it towards the goal. We'll give you a look at the replay here. And then that one just left, and that's easy pickings for Agnolo Makatiani. .34-49 to go. 1-0 Clark. This will be a corner here for Salve. And it's actually going to be Pina, the one who will take this kick from the corner. Pina drives it inside, looking for the header. Bounced around. Out to the 18. Costantino tries to flick it over his head into space. Pina will float it high and over the goal. Goal kick now for Andrew DiStefano. Head coach Craig O'Rourke II calling for intensity from his squad. Here's Makatiani. Scored his second goal of the season. Saya. Now Palmer again in the corner right side. Arpin deflects it out. Cougars will throw in now deep from the corner right side. He'll go short instead to Lopez. Lopez dancing with Byer. Flies it with the left foot. Costantino heads it away. Out to midfield. Waiting for it is Ryan Lynch. Pina pressuring him, so the Cougars will play it back out to midfield. Makatiani drives it towards the goal. Reed will field it and keep it away from Palmer. Byer to Ventura. Up to Diamond. Off the side of his foot to Pina. Now Borges. Pina into space. Has Winarski out wide. That's where the ball comes. Winarski wanted to leave it for Pina at the 18. Loose ball. Seahawks kind of slowed up there, I think, looking for a whistle. None came, so the Cougars send it all the way back down to Nathan Reed. And he'll roll it out to Evan Arpin near side. Ventura all alone in space. Now sprints left. Out wide, Byer. Wanted to get it to Ventura, taken away. And Byer touches it out. Cougars will throw in. Good defense on the near side by Colin Ruiz. Actually make that Lucas Saya, the sophomore from Pembroke, Mass. Here's Byer again. Seahawks will throw in. That time locked up with Ruiz. .31 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 Clark. Diamond off the side of his foot. Throws it towards the goal. Racing out is DeStefano. Over the head of Palmer. Arpin tries to kick it forward. Byer will chase it back. Davies drives it up the near side. Out of play at midfield. James Davies, senior captain from London, England. Ball out of play on the near side. Connor Fitzgerald, the senior from Toppa Field, Massachusetts. Throws in. Byer heads it first. Heads it again. Pino waiting for it for Salve Regina. Now sends it all the way across. Headed back by the Cougars. Macatiani now down the left side with the left foot. Drives it on the goal. Deflected out by Costantino. And Nate Reed is hot. Barking at his defense. And this will be a corner here for the Cougars. Ruiz will be the one to put it in play from the far corner left side. Everyone out high. Cougars will come wide. Lopez drives it inside. Knocked away by Costantino as it tried to find the foot of Ethan Furphy. Ezekiel Palmer. Knocked away. Diamond. Good job there to try and not touch it with his hand. Almost got it to Borges. But instead, DeStefano will hold for the Cougars. And now rolls it out to the far side in front of the Seahawk bench. Muncaster. Now Costantino, long and high. Borges. Kicked away from him. Ball thrown in to the far corner. Macatiani. Long now off of Davies. Foot race for him with Palmer. And they'll chase deep into the corner left side. That one kept in play and rolls to Nate Reed. Liam Berlingini has checked in now for the Seahawks. He replaces Winarski. Long drive here, Borges. Out of his reach, but knocked out of play by the Cougars. That's Luke Thomas. Stride for stride with Jordan Borges. Arpin will throw in now from the corner left side. Borges. Back out wide to Arpin. Little stutter step, and it's knocked away. Palmer now. Settles it. Sliding effort made by Lucas Saya. Seahawks take it back. Now here's Byer. A little bit of daylight for him up the left side. Byer trying to turn the corner left side. Some space with the left foot. Chips it in front. Headed over. And grabbed by DeStefano. Berlingiri with that chance. Good action there for Salve. Davies will watch this one go out of play. And they're going to call a corner here. Everyone on the field was reacting like that was going to be a goal kick. Instead, it will be a corner for the Cougars. Ruiz from the far corner left side. Loops it towards the goal on the ground. Palmer gets a foot on it. It goes off the crossbar. Palmer again punts it high in the air. Near side, Byer battling for it. Cougars keep it in, deflected out by Davies. And off of Palmer. And a goal kick here for Salve. Arpin drives it all the way down to Borges. Wide on the left side. Into space to Byer. Byer throws it on the goal, trying to be finished off, and it's sent high by Berlingeri. Great little pass there from Byer. Corner on the near side for the Seahawks. Borges plays it into Byer with the left foot, sends it in front, and that one's blocked. Deflects all the way out to midfield. 1-0 Cougars, but Seahawks responding here, trailing by a goal. Pina into the box. Diamond tries to sell it, looks to turn. Knocked away high in the air, out to midfield. Ventura, 1-on-2. Makatiani deflects it. Arpin now, space near side, will run it forward. Borges fights through contact. Tripped up and taken back by Clark. Davies will play it back to his keeper. Reed quickly back to the far side. Costantino with 24 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 Clark. Long run for Diamond here into the corner. Juggles it into the air. Looks to head it. Out at the 18. Muncaster trying to keep it in. Cougars fling it out. Pina 30 yards away from the goal. Loops it to the far side, taken back by the Cougars. Makatiani now quickly up the field, taken back by Davies. Here's Ventura. Arpin has a lot of space. We'll just walk into it. Wanted to go for the pocket pass. Good job there by the Cougars blocking that off. The defense there from Ruiz. Arpin trying to connect with Byer. He'll sprint and just barely cannot keep it in. This will be a goal kick. Subs here for the Seahawks. Kendi Prince will check in, as does Danny Bond. Looks like Byer and Diamond are checking out for Salve. .22:32 to go in the first half. 1-0 Clark. Prince fouled from behind. Contact there with Luke Thomas. Pina back up to Arpin. Borges out wide. Had a hand in both of the Seahawks' goals here on Wednesday night. A goal on a penalty kick and an assist. Arpin. Muncaster. Trying to get it to Prince with position. at the top of the 18. Prince dances his way down the wing, drops it back off to Pina. Pina waiting. Try to get it to Prince. Prince with space. Cougars closing in. He throws it towards the goal high and wide. Clock is stopped with 20:57 to go. Not quite sure why we're taking a break. But while they do, we will step aside as well. So 20:57 to go in the first half right now. Both teams are on the sidelines. We will be right back. Welcome back to Toppa Field. 20:57 to go here in the first half. Andrew Pizzelli here bringing you the call. I think what the stoppage was there was because of the heat and the humidity here at the field. The training staff wanted to give the teams a water break. That is, without confirmation, our best assumption up here in the booth. As we are basically just past the midpoint of the first half, and it is very hot and very muggy. Seahawks will throw in from the near touchline. Arpin to Danny Bond. Ventura. Now Arpin again. With the left foot, trying to get it to Prince. Prince out to midfield to Pina. Slides it right side, Costantino. Quickly to Borges. Pina again out high. Into the corner. Berlingeri with the left foot, drives it on the goal. Quiroz had it deflected away from him. Flick near side, Lopez and Arpin, shoulder to shoulder. And Arpin wins that battle. Plays it on back to James Davies. Throw in here for the Cougars. Locked up with Arpin. And Arpin gives the shoulder into Ruiz. And the officials are going to stop the clock here. Not sure if we're going to get a card. May just get a warning from the official to Arpin. And that seems to be the case. Oh, no, we will get the card. So a short discussion and then a yellow card offered to Evan Arpin. So Ruiz will kick away here on the wing. About 19 yards away, out near the touchline. Actually, it's going to be Lopez. He spins it. Makatiani skying, trying to get that one. He takes a hard fall as he got very high up in the air to try and drive that one on the goal. He's up and to his feet, though, battling here with Davies. .18:36 to go. Danny Bond. Stripped from behind. Here's Lopez. Surveys the field. Wanted to get it to Ruiz. Stepping up is Costantino. Quiros. And he's fouled by Lopez. Cougars do not like that call. Davies. Near side to Danny Bond. His pass knocked away, deflected by Luke Sheldon. Sheldon again pressuring Bond. Goes toe-to-toe with Lynch. Bond staggering into the attacking end, leaves it for Berlingeri. His drive, too soft, and fallen on by DiStefano. Tried to one-time it. Could not get everything on that he would have liked. Well, some good action there between Bond and Berlingeri, who has had an immediate impact since he checked into the game. Davies. Now Arpin near side. Long run for Zeke Mendez here. Down the left side, tripped up, ball out of play, and the official is going to give this ball to the Seahawks. Menendez battling with Luke Thomas. Arpin tight along the touchline. Wanted to move it out high. Ben Tamaz was in the area. Instead, it's taken by William Lopez. Seahawks to throw in now. Costantino. Pina. Chip to Berlingeri, and he is offside. Quiros Heads it ahead. Berlingeri trying to get to it. Quiros now amongst 3 Cougars. Able to get it to Pina. Near side, Danny Bond with space. Chips it to Quiros. This one will roll on the goal. DeStefano waiting there. Will now boot it back over midfield. Intercepted by Arpin. Grabbed by Lopez. $14:20 to go in the first half. Quiros. Costantino. Back to Quiros. Sprints through midfield. Trying to get it in stride. Bond staggered for a moment. Lost it and now driven back by the Cougars. That one an inch away from Danny Bond having a lot of space to shoot. Here's Pina. Arpin. Back to Davies. That one read and taken away by the Cougars. Luke Sheldon, the one starting the break here. Palmer, right side, looking across it, and Reed will grab it. Davies will let his keeper take this one. 2-0 Keene State up in Keene, New Hampshire, where Salve Regina women's soccer is playing the Owls. They trail by 2 with 37:56 gone in that match. And no score up in Boston, where Salve football is playing MIT. Another defensive slugfest for the Seahawks. 7-0 here on Toppa Field last week. And no score right now against the Engineers. One nothing here. Menendez spinning. Bond will drive it on the goal and high. $12:20 and counting to go in the first half. We're going to see Emmett Shuley here, as Danny Bond will get a breather. Pina to Menendez. Wants to get it in front for Prince. Just out of his reach. Prince will step up now and make DeStefano pick up the ball. Costantino sends the ball out onto Middleton Ave. That'll be a fun job for someone on the game management crew to go find. This one deflects out. And we will be getting another corner. From the far corner left side, this one headed high and wide. Tyler Manley, after Daniel Mora triggered it in. $10:15 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Clark. It's been a bit of an even battle. Seahawks have had a few quality chances. Cougars have survived those. Berlingeri. Right side. Leaves it for Menendez. He has it ricochet off his foot, has to chase it back out near midfield. Stumbles away from it now. Donahue for the Cougars. Out to midfield. Lopez on the goal, and Reed gobbles that up. 9.5 to go. Shuley couldn't carry through the tackle of Sheldon. And now a foul here against Ben Tomas. Actually, Lopez a little shaken up. He's up and to his feet. Cougars will kick here just 16 yards past midfield. This one driven all the way into the corner left side. Lopez comes through with it. Tries to juggle it in front. It deflects out, and another corner. And once again, it will be Daniel Mora. From the far corner, left side of the zone for the Cougars. They send everyone out to the 18. And now crash on the kick. This one low on the ground and off the side of the net. .7:45 to go in the first. 1-0 Clark. Arpin through Donahue, who kept it for a moment, but Tomas comes and plays it back to Arpin. Menendez zigzags through midfield, all the way across now, Costantino. Seahawks try to get it inside to Prince. Berlingeri knocks it off the Cougars. Will throw in deep in the corner right side, out to Costantino. He settles it. Now bounces it to himself, flicks it over the head. Menendez out at the 18. Wants to get it into the corner. Berlingeri stumbling, cannot keep it in play, but will get a corner. And it's going to be Michael Manusis from the far corner, right side of the net. Swings the left foot, drives it inside, trying to get it to Quiroz. Ball out of play. Corner now from the near side. This is going to be Shuley with the right foot to the far bar. Deflected by the Cougars. Out onto the wing. And is not going to be kept in play. Seahawks will throw in. 5:45 to go in the first. Costantino lobs it out high to Tomas. Flicks it into the box. Berlingeri trying to go bicycle for it. And he's whistled inside. Lopez with Tomas on his back. This one played into space. Reed comes out and dives on it. Good aggressive play there by Nathan Reed, keeping it away from Tyler Manley. Manousis. Menendez draws a push. 4:25 to go in the half. Lopez wants to sprint up the far side. Again, chips it in front. Waiting for it is Reed. Rolls it underhand out to Quiros at the midfield. His pass deflected. Crazy spin on the ball, though. It comes to Berlingeri on the far side. Costantino with the high kick. Headed away by the Cougars. Manousis. Now Tomas. Drives it, and Quiros not able to get there in time. Reading that well was DeStefano. Berlingeri splits two Cougars again, trying to drive it in front, and a good play there by the Cougars. I think that was Luke Thomas. I should make that Sheldon. Last man back there for Clark. Had Quiros and Prince with an opportunity to maybe get a shot away on net. 2:38 to go in the first half. Davies tangled up in the corner. And Davies' man hurled to the ground. We'll get a whistle here. So a kick from deep in the corner. Not a corner kick, but way out near the touchline. Essentially a corner, almost. Daniel Mora. 4 yards off the corner. Right along the touchline, we'll put this in play. With the right foot, drives it towards the goal. On the ground, through the wickets, they score! Mora finds the foot of Manley, who buries it with 1:46 to go for the 2-0 lead for Clark.
With the score.
I'll give you a second look at the replay. Cougars with the 2-0 advantage now as we hit 99 seconds to go in the first half. Costantino into the corner. Berlingeri trying to track it down. And Menendez battling inside. Berlingeri knocked down. Cougars fling it out. Seahawks trying to keep the pressure on here. Costantino cannot connect with Menendez as we hit the final minute of the first half. Tomas. Arpin. Back for Davies. On the ground to Quiros at midfield. Manousis has it stripped away by Brungulio. Davies trips up Donahue. 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll do it for the first half. So the Cougars bookend the first half with a pair of goals, one from Agnolo Macatiani, the other from Tyler Manley. And they lead 2-0 as we've hit the break. We will step aside while the teams head off the field. You're watching non-conference men's soccer action on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave, just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like, if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like, you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're going to have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave, just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like, if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like, you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're gonna have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
This is where it all begins.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
This is where it all begins.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like, if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like, you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're gonna have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
This is where it all begins.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
This is where it all begins.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like, if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like, you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're gonna have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
This is where it all begins.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
This is where it all begins.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're gonna have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
This is where it all begins.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
This is where it all begins.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're gonna have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
This is where it all begins.
Welcome back to Toppa Field, getting ready for the start of the second half between Salve Regina and Clark. Ada Pizzelli here bringing you the call. The Cougars with the 2-0 lead. Goals from Agnolo Macatiani and Tyler Manley. Shots are even, 11 apiece. 5-4, though, shots on goal in favor of Clark. Corners 5-4, advantage for Salve. So did confirm with our training staff that stoppage we had earlier about midway through the first half was a mandatory water break because of the heat and humidity here on the field. And we could expect to see that again here in the second half. The teams agree on a point at which they will do that. So I won't be surprised to see midway through the second half if we get another stoppage in play. Teams will change ends now. Seahawks will head left to right. They're in their home whites with the blue and green letters and numbers. Cougars will move right to left across your screen in their road reds with the white letters and numbers. Out of town scoreboard already final. Salve Regina Field Hockey falls to Clark University up in Worcester. 3-2 the final up there. Women's soccer battling back. They trailed 2-0, now 2-1. 50 minutes gone in that match up in Keene. And a late score for MIT football with 13 seconds left in the first half. They score, and it's 7-0 the score right now at halftime up in Boston for Salve football. And getting ready for the start of the second half here. Seahawks, Nick Diamond will kick it back, and we're underway. Costantino across the field to Arpin. Arpin chased by Macatiani. Now Borges. Tiptoes his way far side. Muncaster. Through a tackle. Keeps it in. Into the corner left side. Looks to cross it, and it goes well wide off the left foot. Ethan Furphy will look to kick this one away. Throw in here for Salve. Borges. Return pass. Borges now. Pass can't get through to Pina. Cougars look to send it long. Macatiani running, and Reed will head it away from trouble. Costantino. Now Borges. Davies. Out to Berlingeri. Arpin far side. Muncaster. Sprints through a strong tackle. Diamond. A lot of contact. No whistle. Borges looks to drive it forward. This one will deflect and skip out. The official stops the clock here. Wants to have a chat with Nick Diamond. Just a conversation. No card. Costantino throws it out high. Muncaster with the left foot. Sends it high and wide. Macatiani gets it through near side. Now up the left side, taken by Donahue. Davies out to challenge him in the corner. Ball fed out of play. Cougars will throw in from the near touchline. Davies flicks it away. Diamond able to nudge it in the direction of Pina. Berlingeri now near side. Into the middle to Borges. Trying to fight through a tackle. Locked up, knocked down. Reichert. Far side Arpin. Muncaster. And he draws the whistle. Kick here, 20 yards past midfield. Low liner over the head of Costantino and out of play. And it's going to stay Salve ball. Last touch by Macatiani, who once again was skying to try and get a piece of that ball. And he's down, I think, just trying to stretch out. Right now it'll be a corner for Nolan Pina. And Macatiani just getting a stretch here from Salve head athletic trainer David Cox, which has stopped the clock. And he's up and to his feet. He'll trot off. Three finals elsewhere in the CCC. 1-0 Keene State Western, 1-1 Keene State Western New England. 3-1 WPI over Endicott. And no score, a draw. 0-0 between UNE and Southern Maine. Off the corner, on the ground, into the box, reaching for it up in the air, and grabbing it is DiStefano. DiStefano drives it with the right foot. Headed by Byer. Diamond trying to settle it down. Leaves it for Pina. Sprints ahead with a little bit of space. Can't carry through traffic, though. Macatiani right back into the game. Borges with the tackle, and then stumbles over the ball. Finds its way out to midfield. Davies, I think this Muncaster trying to track it down. Macatiani now on the wing left side. Looks to cross it, takes a hop off a Cougar, and fed back out to Nolan Pina. Ian Berlingeri. Out to Borges. A big shoulder levied by Nate Costantino. They let that one go. Teddy Donahue taking the brunt of that. Byer strips it. A lot of contact being let go right now. Diamond tries to sprint onto it through the tackle. Ball out of play. Seahawks will throw in. Looking for a spark. Byer. Dancing on the far side. Now Borges trying to wedge it free. Ball in a crowd. Now Muncaster out high. Turns the back, plays it back out to Riker in the midfield. Near side it comes to Berlingeri. Dances ahead to Muncaster. Wants to turn inside. Muncaster looking for the cross. Offsides. Well, that ball was out. .37:05 and counting to go here in the second half. 2-0 Clark. Goal kick here from DiStefano. Lopez. Can't get away from Davies. Macatiani. Him and Costantino bumping down the left side. Macatiani plays it in. Grabbed by Reed. Macatiani goes down again. A lot of physical contact being let go here in the last few minutes. Reed with the kick. Softly on the ground to Evan Arpin. Borges. Looking to turn through the tackle. Instead, he steps out. Cougars will throw in. Arpin sprints back defensively here. Into the corner. And this will be a goal kick for Nate Reed. Ball lobbed into space. Costantino flings it back. Pina trying to rip it free. Borges, though, called for the foul here. Into Macatiani's corner. Last touch by Costantino. Throw in here for Henry Kurbis. Freshman from Syracuse, New York. Lopez now will come to get it. Wants to toss it into Macatiani. This one driven over the goal and wide by Manley. Diamond. And we might be getting a yellow card here issued to Diamond. We do. Clock stops with 33:30 to go. So play stopped here while the Cougar who is down is attended to. We will step aside and be right back. Actually, looks like Kurbis is up to his feet. So we'll keep it here as he walks off. .33.5 minutes to go here in the second half of this game. Cougars in control. Trying to win back-to-back games and hand the Seahawks their first loss of the season. Borges. It's not like the Seahawks have been outchanced. Just have not been able to finish some opportunities. Still plenty of time left in this game if you're Salve Regina. Seahawks wanting to move quicker here. Reed's kick. Off of Borges. Knocked away from Bayer. Costantino. Knocked away from him, but right into the hands of Reed. Costantino. Knocked back by Ethan Furphy. Arpin. Reichert. Seahawks will keep it and throw in from midfield on the far side. 32:25 to go. Borges wanted to get it to Muncaster. Knocked back by Lopez. This one will careen out of play. Cougars will throw in from the near touchline. Nico Carrillo. Going to get both, looks like Teddy Donahue and Agnolo Macatiani off the field. Both of them taking their time, so the official decides to stop the clock. Muncaster. Berlingeri up the near side, headed back by the Cougars. Near side Berlingeri. All the way down for Arpin. Long and deep for Borges. Diamond trying to rip it free. It goes off of Nolan Pina. Diamond trying to run through contact. And he's called for the foul this time. Trying to run through Lopez, excuse me. Sheldon. Arpin sprints into the corner. Keeps it away from Palmer. Wants to spin upfield. Pina. Tripped up from behind, and that draws a whistle. Riker kicks it away. Looking for Diamond, trying to split two Cougars. And this will be a goal kick. Diamond's going to check out Zeke Menendez, who will take his place up top. Joe Logie has checked in as well, replacing Costantino. 29-22 to go here in the second half. Seahawks trailing 2-0. Logie to Borges. Pina back to Borges. Sprints ahead. Borges stops, drives it on the goal, and the save is made by DiStefano. Strong shot from Borges. Right position from the junior keeper. Logie heads it. Byer drops back to Arpin. Arpin sends it down the line. Well out of the reach of Byer. Cougars will watch it roll out of play. .28 minutes to go. Ruiz down the left side. Runs into Berlingeri. Ball finds its way to Pina. Pina trying to fight through contact. Berlingeri spins to midfield. Picks his way and now drops it down back to Arpin. Borges. Stripped of the ball. Connor Fitzgerald sends it down the line. Arpin. Now Davies back to Arpin. Davies steps up to feed it ahead. Menendez trying to come from behind. Pina trying to cut off the angle on Brugilio. Reichert. Byer. Angled off the ball. Cougars with it. And 26-18 to go. Foul here against Salve. Mora and Ruiz both out there. It looks like Mora will be the one to kick it away. And he does. Drives it out to the 18. All Seahawks there. Logie not able to get it up the field. This one twisting. Looks like it could stay in play. Crossed on the goal. And grabbed by Reed. Plays it quickly. Seahawks will throw in. More subs coming onto the field. Danny Bond along with Shuley and Brandon Frank Arpin. Frank. Tiptoes in the corner. Lost it. Taken back by the Cougars. Carrillo. Seahawks now will throw in from the far touchline. Shuley will be the one to toss it in. 24-20. Left in the second half. Borges has it poked away from behind. Ezekiel Palmer now. Menendez with the clean shoulder takes it away. Wanted to leave it for Borges. He squibs it back. Muncaster with the deep drive off the hands and out of play. Last touch by DiStefano. Corner here for the Seahawks. Looking for a spark. Borges will be the one to take it. Deep in the corner, left side. Shuley comes out. Borges instead swings the leg. Driven towards the goal, knocked away by the Cougars first. Reichert tried to keep it in and flicked out to midfield. Danny Bond plays it all the way back to James Davies. Surveys the field. Forward to Menendez. Along for Danny Bond. Reaches back to stop it. Wanted to get it to Menendez, who ran past that spot. Muncaster with the clean strip. Carrillo now for the Cougars. Zachary Kratz plays it to Palmer. Out wide left side. Bond just comes and takes it as Palmer was trying to figure out how he was going to get around James Davies. Bond to throw in. Ben Tomas checks in. Muncaster will check out. Frank. Now Reichert. With the left foot, drives it ahead. This one finds Borges. Borges with the pocket pass. The shot, he scores! Shuley buries it off the deflection. Came right to Borges. The savvy little pocket pass here. $21:50 to go. And it's a one-goal game. Menendez, left side, wanting to cross it. And we'll get a corner. Borges will put it in play. Shuley comes out. Wide left side to join him. Borges inside, headed away by the Cougars. Shuley waiting with space. He's going to let it rip again. It goes off a hand and wide of the net. Another corner. Borges again, working quickly. Twists it towards the net. Menendez heads it on the goal. It's flicked just wide. Could be another corner. They're going to say no. Ben Tomas cannot believe the call. It'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Life in the building now, though. A string of chances here for Salve. One-goal game and tons of time. 20:33 to go in the second half. And we're going to get right on cue a mandatory water break. So we'll give you another look at the replay here of the Shuley goal. Right here, bounced to Borges. And just the nifty little pass that Shuley buried. Has made this a 1-goal game. We will take a very short break while the teams grab some water here to beat the heat, and we'll be right back. 20-25 to go in the second half. Brand new ball game here from Toppa. We'll be back. Welcome back to Toppa Field. 20-25 to go in the second half. First career goal for Emmett Shuley has made this a whole new ball game. The freshman from Brunswick, Maine. Here's Borges. Into the corner. Here's Shuley. Trying to carry it through two Cougars. And they just booted away. Arpin watching it, able to keep it in play. And can't drag that ball around. Clark now looking to attack. Out high, Palmer. Waiting. Top of the box with the left foot. Davies knocks that from him. Logie out to midfield. Frank now, Tomas. Shuley. Back to Arpin. Arpin will send it long for Menendez, and that will skip out of play. 19:32 to go. '79th minute up in Keene. The Owls have scored again, so it's 3-1 up there. Advantage for Keene State over Salve Regina women's soccer. Midway through the third quarter up in Boston. Still 7-0 MIT. For Salve football. 2-1 here with 19:08 to go. Reed grabs that one and flings it to the far side. Arpin. Now Borges. Arpin through the tackle. Shuley weaves his way. Shuley has had the hot hand, tries to get it left side, and we're going to get an offside call. Tomas will send it up the field. Sprinting for it is Brandon Frank. Back to Danny Bond. Shows it up to Borges, back to Bond. Out high, he's going to send it into the box, headed by Quiros. And that goes wide. Kendi Prince will check in now. Borges is going to sub off. Prince looks to head it forward, heads it again. Ball out of play. Seahawks will throw in from midfield. 17-13 to go. Prince Able to rip it free. Leaves it for Tomas. Pressure from behind. Tomas wanting to send it in front. Blocked off his trip by Carrillo. Taken by Danny Bond. Chipped into the box. This one off for Cougar. Almost came to Frank. Out of play. Seahawks will throw in from the near side. Danny Bond quickly lobs it for Menendez. Off his head and a corner. Bond's going to be the one to kick it. From the corner. Right side. 16:20 to go. Bond drives the leg. Inside. Headed on the goal. They score! Bond to Kiros. And we've got a tie game. Here's your replay. 16:17 to go. We start again. Game tied at 2. 2 unanswered goals for Salve Regina. The plays have been there all afternoon. Seahawks have just been an inch or two here or there away from burying some of their opportunities. 21-13 in shots down, 9-6 in shots on goal. Last two best one the Seahawks have had, they have capitalized. First goal of the year for Kiros as well. And this one is off for Frank. 15 minutes to go. Now, the new rule, there's no overtime anymore in the regular season. All games that are tied after 90 minutes will be entered as a draw. Kiros rips it away. Bond wanting to move it up the field. Menendez is going to check off. Manusis back in for the Seahawks. Bond lobs it into Frank with position. Chips it back to Bond. Now Frank wants to send it out to the 18. Grabbed by the Cougars. Arpin steps in to rip it away. Plays it into Shuli's corner. Down the touchline, left side, out of play. Seahawks will throw in. Ball out again, and this time it'll be the Cougars who will throw in. They may overrule the call here. Seahawks chuck it into Manusis. And we get a whistle. And Coach Craig O'Rourke II not happy here. Cougars taking their time subbing. And the clock ran for a good 30 seconds. Logie Bond and Lopez. Lopez trying to move it forward. Quiros, who has tied this game. And Reed will gobble that one up. Keep it away from trouble. 12-14 to go. Kick from Reed. Over midfield. Headed by Frank. Arpin first to touch it for Salve. Borges back in for the Seahawks. 11:45 to go. Ball finds him. He'll sprint out high. Borges waiting and then run off the ball. Arpin. Knocked out. And the Cougars will throw in. Logie. In the direction of Prince. Now Arpin again with space. Sends it long. Borges trying to run onto it. And this will be last touch by the Seahawks. Good effort there from Borges. Lopez trying to elude Quiros. Mauro Perez Colon has it poked out. Cougars will throw in with 10 minutes to go in the second half. This game tied at 2. 2 unanswered goals from the Seahawks. Logie trying to just boot it all the way back across the field. Manousis now with it. Off the carom. Wanted to play it up ahead, but out of the reach of Borges. DeStefano out to midfield. Tomas looking to settle it. And driven all the way back to Reed. With 9:40 to go. 2 goals in the first half from the Cougars. 2 in the second half here from the Seahawks. This ball played out wide. Cougars trying to get to it first. Davies finds it and flicks it out to Arpin. Now Manousis chips wide to Berlingeri. Berlingeri through midfield. Borges chips it to Prince, but over his head. Cougars lift it out. Tomas keeps it away from Lucas Saya. Manousis out wide to Berlingeri. Little give and go, back to Manousis. Looking across it, stops, gets to his right foot, serves it out high, and that one's just poked away. Berlingeri sends it on the net, just wide. Borges lost the step there, but Berlingeri there to clean it up and missed by a foot. Eight minutes to go. Logie. Near side Winarski. Quiros. Waiting to turn through midfield. Tripped up. Fouled 7 yards over midfield. Emmett Shuley in the 69th. Alec Quiros in the 74th. The goals here for Salve in the second half. Quiros now will kick it away. Drives it into the box and right to DiStefano. .6:45 to go. Cougars knock it out of play. Berlingeri wanted to race forward with that one. Poked away from him at the last second. 6:20 to go. Reed will field this one. And he kicks it high and long. Diamond pooches it forward. Berlingeri looking to head it. Diamond collides with DiStefano. The net is open. Winarski can't fire it. Quiros turns. He tries to drive it on the goal off a Cougar foot and then fed out to midfield. What chaos. Borges stumbling. Winarski trying to turn, plays it wide. Berlingeri, he delays, looks to cross it, deflected by the Cougars. Winarski peels it down, plays it across, and picked off by Clark. Wild sequence there. Seahawks had the net open if they could have gotten a clean shot. Here's Winarski. He waits and drives it well high over the head of Borges and out of play. .450 to go. DiStefano's kick. Bounced around. Chipped up the left side. Here's Perez Colon trying to move it into the middle. Berlingeri looks to feed it all the way out. It comes instead to the Cougars. Rolled on the net. Reed will let it slide by. And he will now kick it away. Four minutes left here in the second half. Game tied at 2. Cougars will throw in. Colon drives it towards the net. Reed comes racing out. Cougars screaming for a foul in the box. None coming. Seahawks catch a break there. Davies. A big hit on Lucas Saya. They are letting them play. There have been some massive hits levied in this game. Some have drawn cards. Some have drawn whistles. Others have not. Diamond turns and fires, and that goes wide. Two and a half to go. Pina rips it free. Chips it wide to Berlingeri. Deflected. Diamond trying to go over the back. Winarski with the drive. He scores! Sam Winarski fires it in. 1:53 to go, and the Seahawks lead. Unbelievable. 3 goals here late in the second half. Seahawks go from down 2 to up 1. And now they're a minute and 50 seconds away from getting their second win of the year. This ball deflected out wide. Cougars will throw in with 99 seconds left. Seahawk player is shaken up here. That's Evan Arpin. And I believe Arpin has played every minute of this game, so would not be stunned if this is just a cramp. Cougars will throw in from the far touchline. 1:38 to go. The official discussing something here with head coach Craig O'Rourke II. I think Arpin has to come off because he was down. And they're going to make him stand just outside the touchline. So this is an opportunity here for the Cougars. One of the Seahawks' best backs is having to wait behind the touchline while the Cougars throw in. And the Seahawks have not made a sub. And they're going to send Arpin all the way up to the table. Cougars to throw in. They do. Left out high at the 18. That drive is well high and wide. .124 to go. Reed kicks it away. Out to midfield. Cougars desperately trying to get to it. Kiros heads it. Shuley deflects it out of play. Cougars will throw in right in front of the Seahawks bench as we approach a minute to play.
1 minute remaining in the game.
Diamond in the final minute. Up the left-hand side, all alone, 1-on-3. Diamond down the left-hand side, trying to poke it through the wickets, and then it's fed out of play by the Cougars. Ethan Furphy backing up his netminder. Seahawks will get a corner here. Clock stopped with 48 seconds. And Borges is just taking his time. Diamond trying to just hold it in the corner. 20 seconds here for the Cougars. Yellow card being issued here. I think that might be on Kiros. $18 seconds left. Cougars will kick. DeStefano will kick it. 18 seconds to go. He drives it to the attacking end for Clark. Headed towards the 18, looped all the way out.
10 seconds remaining.
Winarski
in the match.
trying to shield the ball.
6, 5, 4.
Whistle here against the Cougars. Time will tick away, and that'll do it. A stunning comeback here for the Seahawks. Sam Winarski, the hero in the final 2 minutes for Salve. He pots the game-winning goal. 3 unanswered goals here for Salve Regina in the second half. An unbelievable comeback. A game where the Seahawks had chances but kind of looked a little listless. Trailing 2-0. Chances weren't falling, and it only takes one. It was Emmett Shuley first. He buried it to make it a 1-goal game. Then Alec Kiros off a corner, 5 minutes apart. And then in the final 2 minutes, Sam Winarski, the senior from Westfield, Mass., delivers the Seahawks the victory here this afternoon to remain unbeaten. 2-0-2 on the season now. Meanwhile, Clark, they drop their third of the year. They'll fall to 1-3 overall. These teams hadn't played in 13,123 days. They will be conference opponents starting next season. If this game is any indication, those matchups will certainly be fun to watch. Next up for the Cougars, they will be playing Roger Williams on Sunday, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Salve Regina will be back here on Toppa Field this Tuesday at 7 p.m. to play Coast Guard. I want to thank our entire staff and production crew, public address announcer Stephen Pasadelis, along with many of the men's lacrosse team here to work game management here today to help make this one happen. And a big thanks to our camera person here today, Connor Matthews, for doing some excellent work behind the tripod. And want to thank you all for joining and listening with us here this afternoon. This was a thriller from Toppa. The Seahawks come storming back here in the second half. They give a big hand to the faithful who turned out here on a hot September Saturday. Your final, Salve Regina 3, Clark 2. I am Andrew Pizzelli. Have a good afternoon, everyone.